Fred Kelly here, your nerd sidekick. Today I'm taking a look at this CyberPower rack-mounted 120 volt, 15 amp power distribution unit with surge protection and 12 power outlets. So let's take a look at this. There's a lot packed in here. It's a mouthful to talk about it. This is very simple. It's meant to be mounted in a rack, something like this. And I'll show you that in just a moment in an actual rack. But you can take a look here and you can see the one thing that I really liked about this particular unit was that it had outlets on both sides. So you can see on this side there are 6 outlets. So this would be facing out to the front of the rack. And then on the inside of the rack, as this sits, there are 6 power outlets as well. And one of the things about these outlets is they are spaced far apart. So for example, let's say you had a device that has a big power brick or an AC adapter and you wanted to plug that into one of these. The great thing is these are far enough apart that if you have something else that needs to plug in right here, there is enough room. And you can see those two things coexist peacefully. So I've got the unit plugged in down here with this cable. When the power is on, you're going to see these 3 lights. You'll see the power light, of course, the ground telling you that it is correctly grounded. The surge tells you that the surge protection is working. Now you also have the reset button here in case the unit actually protects itself and powers down. If you have an overload, this is how you would reset that. And then if you want to turn the unit on or off, you can open this little plastic protection here and that will turn the unit on or off. And of course, all of the outlets would turn on or off at the same time. This little protective cover just keeps you from accidentally hitting the power button. And so then this power cable itself is a real nice beefy cable. It is 15 feet long. So it's really nice if you can't position your rack close to where you have to actually plug it in. This is a solid metal construction. This unit is 1 rack unit or 1U, so that's 1.75 inches high, meant to fit in a standard size rack, 19 inches wide here. Here's the rack I'll be installing this into. The reason you even would put these into a rack is just so that you have a power source close to the devices you might install into a rack. So if you didn't have one of these, that means you got to run every single one of these devices to its own source of power. And that can be troublesome if you have a lot of devices and you end up with a bunch of cables all over the place. So by running all the power through this one device, it just keeps everything clean and nice, and also gives you a single point where you can turn these on or off. So let me go ahead and actually put this into the rack so you can see what it looks like. And there it is installed in the rack. You can see it just takes up a very small amount of space, just a single rack unit here, 1.75 inches tall. So now let me turn this around to show you the way that you would use this to actually connect devices to it. All right, here we are inside the rack. We're looking from the back side of the rack. This is the power distribution unit I just installed. And so these are the back sides of the devices that I have in my particular rack. So here's the power supply or the power line for the PDU that I just installed. So I would need to plug this into an outlet somewhere. But then what I now need to do is plug in my various devices into this. And so obviously everybody knows how to plug in a plug. So I can plug that in, and I did a little cable management on these so they're nice and bundled together. Here's another device. This particular one happens to have an AC adapter, so I can plug that anywhere along here. And then this third device, I can just place it right here. And so that's it. I've now plugged in all 3 of the devices that I need to actually run in my rack. Very simple. And now for the big payoff, I can just reach over, flip the switch, and all 3 devices turn on simultaneously. And of course, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And if you had 12 devices plugged into this thing, they would all now be on. That is the CyberPower rack-mounted power distribution unit. If If you're interested in that, click the link in the description below. If you're interested in this rack, I also have another video. Watch up here, click that link that pops up, and you can get more information about that. And then this fan up here, if you need to cool your particular rack, if you've got some hot devices that are in there and it's getting hot, you might want to get a fan like this that can help to cool your rack. I did a review of that. Click the link that pops up here. Any of these devices here, the fan, the rack, or the power, you can get links for that in the description below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Fred Kelly, and I'll see you on the next video.